I'm in a groove state of mind. I'm in a groove state of mind. Doing it all the time. No excuses and no blame. Stepping up my game. I'm a groove, yes I am. If you I know I can. Leave my master plan. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. Oh, I'm grooving. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. I'm moving inside, I'm moving. I'm moving inside, I'm moving. I'm moving inside. You make me fight me. From loose and free, I'm back to my dream. Person I see, I'm feeling you listen. You know who I am. Now is my time to have a good state of mind. I'm moving your side, I'm moving. I'm moving your side, I'm moving. I'm moving your side, I'm moving. I'm moving your side, just let it go. Why so can we go? There's nothing to the end. I feel it everywhere. I got my groove on. You know who I am. Now it's time to have a groove state of mind. I'm moving. I'm moving just like I'm moving. I'm moving just like I'm moving. I'm moving your side, I'm moving. I'm moving your side. Time to go smooth. Get to your feet. The groove where life you go so sweet. Groove is not my life. Groove is memory. There's magic in my mind. I'm grooving all the time. I'm moving. Groove, 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 I'm moving. Groove, 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 I'm moving. Groove, 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 groove. I'm moving, I'm moving. Oh, I'm moving. I'm moving this side, I'm moving. Oh, I'm moving. I'm moving this side, I'm moving. I'm moving this side and I'm moving. I'm moving this side. I'm moving this side and I'm moving. I'm moving your side, 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 I'm moving.
Come on, y'all deep. Y'all are crazy, man.
We're going to dance. We're going to dance. We're going to dance and have some fun, 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 fun.
the groove state mind. I'm in the groove state mind. Doing it all the time. No excuses and no blame. Stepping up my game. I'm a groove, yes I am. You do I know I can. Leave my master plan. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. Oh, I'm grooving.
Hello. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to day 3 of GroovePages 5-Day Challenge. As you see, things are a little different today because we've been having some issues with our visual. So hopefully this will have a better output for you so you'll be able to follow along more clearly. But we're excited. We are halfway into this 5-Day Challenge with GrooveAsia, and we're getting into more details into GroovePages. So GroovePages is what we're going to be working on today. And thank you for those who have been doing your homework and posting in our Facebook group. It shows that you are taking action, and we do appreciate it. So let me tell you a little bit about our trainer today. You're going to meet Nick Lakani, who's going to be training us. He is the dynamic force revolutionizing online education. He worked with Toastmasters. He was a Toastmaster of the Year. He led the digital transformation for Toastmasters International in the UK and Ireland, all during the COVID pandemic time. So, with a background as a successful technical director, a college lecturer, a trainer, Nick now guides entrepreneurs to systematize their businesses for online success. And that's what he's helping us do here with Groove Asia by helping you get through this, get started on the Groove Asia platform. So in 2024, he aimed to offer effective training courses with Groove Asia, shaping your journey through towards financial freedom, as that is the mission here with Groove Asia. Now, if you are here live, put in a hashtag live. If you're watching on a replay, put in hashtag replay and join us as we work together with Nick as he shows us what he has in store for us today. Nick, take it away.
Welcome. Thank you very much, Karen. Thank you for the great introduction over here. Welcome to everybody out here on our streaming session. I just wanted you to echo what Karen said, put hashtag live. We've got a couple of people in the house. We've got Dr. Lisa. I don't know who else is in there, so just put your names in, introduce yourselves. And I want to make sure that we know what we're going to do today. So, Karen, are we good? Brilliant. Thank you so much. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that we have a look at what we looked at yesterday. Would that be a good idea? Therefore, if I share my screen over here, and one of the things that we did was we looked at a multi-page marvel. There you go. There's a good name for it. And what we did was we covered being able to plan and create a multi-page website. Okay. And then we had a look at navigation, including pages, identify blocks, containers, elements, and breadcrumbs. Remember that? Hansel and Gretel fairy tales. Also, we inserted ready-made blocks and elements, and we discussed as to what's the pros and cons of doing that. And finally, I showed you how to create a custom header and footer. Now, today, we're going to go and optimize your presence on websites. And these are the items we're going to cover. Obviously, we're going to look at what's gone on previously. And I am going to repeat something again in a minute when I start. In terms of Q&A, I didn't get too much on there at the moment, but we hope to get more questions. I'm going to cover basic page and site settings, parallax images as backgrounds, and also other backgrounds as well, colors and pictures and so on. I'm going to spend some time on global blocks. This is going to save you an awful lot of time. We're going to look at page previews and so on. And also, finally, we're going to look at formatting the way the page looks for different devices. This is very important. Okay. Now, let's go and take it away. So let me just come out of this, and I'm going to go and open up my console over here, my Groove platform. And one of the things I'm going to show you is that the website that I created yesterday, I've blown away. I'm going to do it again for you. Okay. So we clicked on new site. We had a complete site. We typed in, I believe the word was agency or digital, and we found digital agency website. That's the one that we want. Click on it once. You can do a live preview of it. In this case, you also can look at each page showed up on here as well. Click on each one. But if you're happy with the whole site, which I am, I'm going to click on import full template. Site name on here, we're going to call this the actually we're going to call it tech-led, guys. Tech-led growth. Tech-led growth. And then start building. One of the keys to this is to make sure that you're comfortable with what you're doing. This is really important. You can actually bring up a website very, very quickly using a template. Now, one of the things that I showed you on day one was how to save and publish the page, correct? And yesterday I showed you how to add custom domains again. So we actually added in tech-led growth, didn't we? Therefore, what I'm and you remember this particular template? Yeah. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just to practice, I'm going to go to publish and then hosting options, custom domain. And then can you see at the top, that's the last one that last domain that I've added, tech-led growth. Click on that. Location. Which one is it? Is it root or subdomain? Type it into the chat. Root or subdomain? Okay, it is root. There you go. And then when we want to publish, go to the left-hand side of this button and then publish. Also, while that's publishing, the middle part of the button actually takes you to that particular page. So actually, that's not the one we wanted, is it? We wanted tech-led growth. So let's type it in here. Oh, actually, I've actually got it elsewhere at the moment, but you get the idea. It will get published on there. I will sort that out in a couple of minutes. In fact, I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's use this one here, CTG community, root. Okay, so I think that's unavailable. Okay, right. But you get the idea. That's what we did the other day. And actually, let's just go through gem events. Root again, I think is going to be unavailable. Okay, anyway, you get the idea. Now, I'll sort that out as we go along. Now, what I want to do is to make sure that we have a look at the information that we have. One of the things that I said I would cover, let's go back to our slide, and basic page and site settings. Okay. Now, on the left-hand side here, this toolbar has got pages on here. Click on pages. Remember, we looked at pages, and then blocks are here, elements are here, and then last one here, settings, right? The gear icon, settings. On here are the page and site settings. Therefore, page settings, page information, and then the name of the page. Call it home. Or in this case, we could call it anything we want to. And this will appear at the top here on the tab, all right? So in this case, we can just call it, yeah, we can just keep it as home, that's fine. The page slug on here is the technical name for the page. Because it's the home page, you cannot change this. Whereas on other pages, you can change the name, all right? And that's what will appear here on the bar here, right? Now, one of the things that we want to do is I'll just show you one or two things on here, but we're not going to go into them in great detail. We've got the ability to add information about SEO, about styling. So this is the custom style sheets. Okay, so this is a little bit of coding. We've got tracking codes here as well. For example, when we look at Groove Cell, we're going to go into there and actually add particular codes so that we can actually manage and monitor our funnels. And we've got one or two other things on here as well, redirection, exit from. I don't want to look at that at the moment. Tomorrow, we're going to look at saving as templates as well, tomorrow or Friday. Now, you can see that you can change the name and the actual location on the website for each page. On the site settings, slightly different. What is the business or website name? Tech-led growth. Here's where we can add a favicon. Well, we'll do that again tomorrow. But again, it's got SEO, styling, tracking code. There's a number of different things on there which are site specific, not page specific. So if ever you need to actually put any codes in to particular pages, make sure you know which page to put it in or whether it's site-wide, okay? However, in this case, that's fine. I don't want to make any other changes on here. Now, just so that I can show you that if I did make any changes, there would be a tick there. So I want to go here. If I go to pages, and if we go to the case studies page, and this is case studies, all right? Now on here, if I go to settings, and page name is case studies, and the page slug is case-studies. If I wanted to call this training, I can just do this. Type in training there, and type in training there. Very, very simple. Also, draft mode is here. So when the site is published, if you don't want this particular page to be published with it, you can just put that radio button on there like that. But in this case, it's fine. We're going to leave that as it is. But notice, because we've made changes, red tick, click on the tick, and it saves it. Close it, and then save the website. Okay? So those are the simple page and site settings on there. Now, the next item I'm going to do is to look at backgrounds. And this is quite interesting, but also quite important as well. If we go back to the home page, and notice on here that we've got a nice clean background. Yes? There's no kind of color or pictures on any of the backgrounds. Okay. Now, what if we do something like this? We can click on this block. Remember, it's a block because it's got the big red box here, big red box with the white cross in there. That's a block. Also, bottom left-hand corner, breadcrumbs. It'll tell you what you've selected. Now, on the right-hand side, and you see this arrow here? That brings out this particular menu. And it's quite interesting. It's quite good. So text, background, border, animation, all of those things. We've looked at one or two of these things already. In this case, I'm looking at the background. Drop down list next to background, look at color, click on the drop down list, and at the moment, it's no color. However, if I do want to put a color in there, and I want to put a shade of blue, let's put this one here. You notice that the whole block has now got a light blue background. In addition to that, what else can I do with this color? Well, assuming I've got the color right, but I don't, I think I want to change the shade of it. I want to, make it a little bit less, I want to make it a little bit lighter. Can you see where it says transparency there? if you, and it's 100%. So if I go through and take the slider and look at what it's doing with the background, you can make it lighter or darker. Now you can either use the slider with your mouse like this, or type in a number here. Let's type in 80%. Okay? The other thing that you can do in terms of picking colors is that if you don't like any of these colors, go to the grid. And you may have seen this on other applications, or click on the spectrum. You may have seen these on other applications, right? Now, one really good, cool thing is if you know what it is about hex codes or these kind of RGB or color codes, you can actually paste in what the code is, and it will pick up the code that you want. Now, one of the really cool things is, let me just stop sharing my screen. One of the key things here is that we have a situation whereby, if I just go and we have a situation whereby you can decide what colors you want. If you go to, for example, canva.com or colorpicker.com, those websites can help you pick the right code for the right color that you want. So for example, with colorpicker.com, it'll say, okay, where do you want to pick the color from? And you can even upload a picture and it will pick each of the colors that are on that picture, even if there's multiple colors. With canva.com, it's got a, I believe it's called the color wheel on there. And what you can do is it'll help you pick colors that go together or are suited for designs. And it'll give you the codes for it as well, rather than saying, oh, it's a bit lightish blue, or it's a bit turquoise, or a bit green, or a bit yellow, or a bit red. So it'll be very specific. And that's where a moment ago when I showed you, you can actually type in the code. So you can be very, very specific if you wish. Okay. So do you like these backgrounds? They really do make the website stand out, don't they? Let's go back to sharing my screen. And I'm going to go through and let's take it further on here. Now, one of the cool things about this is that, yes, you can change the color. And sometimes what's useful is, for example, you can have a nice color over here, maybe even change the way it looks, and then maybe leave the next one without a background. But then you can pick the same color as a background here. So if I go select this block, go to background, and go to the color. Remember that it does keep a list of your recent colors. Fabulous. Click on it, and I know that's the same color. However, we did something else to it, didn't we? Yes, we made it 80%. So type in 80 there and press enter. That's great. So that is the same as that background there. And we know, and that was very easy, right? Now, what if we go to the this top section here, go to the background, and I say, okay, you know what? I don't really want a color there. So go to no color, and we're back to square one. However, in this case, I want to do something else. So click on the X here, come out of the color, and go down, patterns, video, image. Now today I'm going to show you image. Click on image, and you can pick an image from our gallery. Choose, or obviously you can upload your own. And in this case, what I want to do is to choose a particular picture. Well, why don't we choose something like this? How about this? I want to choose that one there, click on the crop button, and instead of 1024 by 1024, I'm going to make this 800 and crop and select and crop and select. Can you see that this fabulous picture is now in the background? Oh, okay. Well, What we've done is we put a picture in the background. Great. Well, why do we want to do that, Nick? Well, to make it look good, right? But I don't think it really looks good at the moment. Therefore, what we could do is when we actually go to the image here, we can actually go and add a color and say, let's also put a color on it. Maybe this blue one that we had before. Do you see that? Now, what I can do is change the transparency from 100, and look what happens. Isn't that wow? Yeah. So you get the idea. Look, you can actually make it sort of 70% there, or something like that, right? There you go. Doesn't that look good? Now, what else can we do, Nick? Well, let's come out of colors. Notice it says here background blur, and it's in pixels. And again, it's got a slider, or you can put a number in here. And this is really cool. Take a look at this. You can make the background blurred. Look at that. Now, can you see how it's not fully in focus? So it then focuses on the foreground, but you know there's something there. And when we move the page up and down, it goes with it, right? Now, here's the next thing I wanted to show you, the parallax. Parallax means it gives the ability for the picture and the block on top of it to look as though one is the picture is staying there, but the block is moving. Therefore, take a look at this alignment here. It's in the center. Click on parallax, and now if we go up and down, can you see the picture stays there? And you must have been on websites that actually have this, right? Now, depending on the size of the picture and the orientation and so on, you may want to adjust one or two of these the alignments here. And it's a bit of a free-for-all here. I mean, it depends on the actual picture. So for example, you can see on here, if you go to the left, it makes it a lot bigger. Same thing on the right. In the middle, you've got various things going off on there. Let's have a look. Okay, so and also you've got cover and auto and contain. Can you see that? So what you can do is auto is something like this, and you can see that there's two pictures on there. If we center it, there's one picture there. It's a matter of trial and error, depending on the picture that you have and the settings that you use. Okay. Now, it's very important that first of all, yeah, if you're happy with that, that's great. Save it. The other thing you may want to do on here is to adjust the text so that maybe you might want to adjust, for example, this box here, give it a background and make it white. Okay, but again, you can make it less transparent, and you can see there, and you can make it stand out a little bit more. Obviously, you can make it bold and bigger, etc. You get the idea, all right? So these sort of backgrounds, the parallax pictures, and you can even put videos on there as well. But obviously, you need to be careful of videos because, especially on mobile devices, you don't really want to have a big video playing. Maybe 2 or 3 seconds, perhaps, or 3 or 4, 5 seconds. But it's a matter of testing. Okay. Therefore, let's save what we're doing. Let's stop the share. Let's see where we are. Karen, do we have any questions? My phone is going off, so I don't know whether those are messages or what.
No questions at this time.
Okay, fantastic. Now, what I'm going to do is looking at the parallax backgrounds and so on. So that's quite a very big topic, and it really does help with the design of your website. Remember, the point of this training this week is to show you where the controls are, show you where the tools are. But then after the event and after you've learned to practice these skills, then you can start putting them together and imagining or visualizing and putting on a board or a however you want to do it, putting down the design of your website. Okay, so that's very important. Now, There's a couple of more very important things that I need to cover today, and I'm going to make sure I do that. The first thing is we're going to look at global blocks. Now, I know I'm not sharing my screen at the moment. I just want to talk to you just very briefly about what global blocks are. Do you remember yesterday when we had a look at the headers and footers? And I said that, hey, if you change for example, the header, or put, change the menu bar and so on, um, there will be different things going on. You can make differences in or make changes to your header. Great, right? Absolutely brilliant. So in this case, one of the things that we wanted to do was to say to you, great, you can make changes, right? But what if you've got that header, but it's on 5 other pages? That would be a slight problem. Okay, would it be a good idea to learn a skill whereby you can make changes to one block and that block could be on multiple pages, but then it automatically transmits the changes or makes the changes? Would that be a good idea, Karen? Just saying. Just saying. Okay. What we're going to do is let me share my screen again. And one of the things that, so what I wanted to do was to just publish this page again. Okay. So if I go to publish and hosting options, and on here, custom domain, hopefully, gem events is now free. Go to root and then left-hand button here, publish. Okay. And that looks like it's publishing. Fantastic. And the middle button here, right. Let's have a look and see. I mean, we did demo this on the first day, so I don't anticipate you having any problems, but that's good. That's fine. And the publish is in progress. Brilliant. Okay, so let's go and share this. It may take another minute or so. And then, okay, so we'll come back to this. Okay, get the idea. Now, here's the navigation bar. Here's the menu bar. What we're going to do is, I don't want to make too many changes to this, but I want to show you that on the home page and every other page there is, for example, the About page, it's got the same header. Can you see that? Services. It's got the same header. That's how it comes out of the template. Now, I'm going to go to Home, and this is a two-pronged approach, okay? First of all, I'm going to make a change. And what I'm going to do is to change the logo. And I click on the logo, gear button, and choose. And here is, you know what? Let's get a little bit funky with this little AI robot here. Okay. So just click on it, select, and then update. Okay, that's it. Very simple. I've updated that block. I've updated the logo. The rest of it, I can do various things with. For example, I can highlight this particular menu bar, and the text here, I can actually make bold. Okay. The button, again, the text on the button, I can make bold. Do you see that? So there's a number of changes you can make by formatting and so on. Okay. And this is where the formatting bar is. And it shows you on there what's selected. And that navbar _1 is the same as the navbar _1 that is shown in the breadcrumbs in the bottom left-hand corner. Fantastic. Now, are we good with this? Yes? Now, what we have is, what I want to do is to actually go to this and I've selected the actual nav bar. It's called the nav bar here. It's basically an element, all right? Now, what I'm going to do is this star button here, I'm going to click on it, and I want to save this element. And in this case, I want to put it in the new section, okay? So in the new section, I'm going to call this training or GA training right there. It's a new section. What do I want to call it? I want to call it header 1. Okay. And then save it. Great. What does that do, Nick? Well, at any point somewhere along here, for example, I could go and create a new block and create an empty block, for example. Let's just go to this one here. That's a block which is empty, and I can go to the elements, and it's got one container in there. I can go to elements, and here, what am I looking for? What am I looking for? Okay. Right. So, okay. So, all right. Let's just go back to here. All elements. Okay. So let me just come back to here. Saved. Right. So let's just. Sorry. Let me just go back over here. Elements. And right. So it's not playing here. Don't you just love technology? And it's, oh, sorry. Right. Header 1, right there. See that? And if I click and drag it and put it into that empty container and close that, I've got an exact version of this particular bar, the actual navigation bar. Now, that's one thing, so that anytime you want to have something and you say, right, this is an element and I like this and I want to use it multiple times, you can actually click on the star button and then save it so that it appears on the elements bar. That's not all. What I want to do is to have it available as a block, as a global block. Therefore, I'm going to just get rid of this for the time being. Now, here, what I need to do is to go to Pages, Global Blocks, and click on the plus sign and blank template. Can you see it's got a blank template on there? So click on the button below to add a block to the canvas. So this is a blank canvas. Click on the plus. What do I want to put in there? Well, what I want to do is to put an empty block in there, just like that. Okay. Then I want to go to the elements, just like I did a minute ago. Header 1, click and drag it and put it right there. That's it. You see that? Now, save. And that's called Global Block 1. And it takes a minute to save, especially when my system's working. Right, okay, there you go. And then exit. Now, what have we got here? I'm going to add a block above this one. Go to add a block, global blocks, and there's global block 1. Click on it. Now, there's no real difference between the two. Okay, there's an adjustment in the margins and so on. There's no real difference, right? Well, when you go put your mouse over it, click on it, and go to the block there. That's the block that we had originally. Whereas if you click on here and click on the block, can you see it says edit global block? Okay. I don't know whether it'll zoom in. There you go. Edit global block. That's very important. Now, with this block, we're going to get rid of this. We don't need this anymore. Now, let's save it. And then let's go. Now, the About page. Has the About page changed? Has the header changed there? Yes or no? What do you think? Well, let's click on the About page. And it's still got the old one. If we go to Services, it's still got the old one. Okay, I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go to the About and Services pages, click on the plus sign, global block, click once, and we've now got our pre-formatted, completed, customized header. Click on this block here, which is selected, and delete it. Let's go to the About page. And do the same thing. Select the block, click on the plus sign at the top, global block, and done. This block is highlighted, delete, confirm. Now we can do that for the other pages, right? Yeah. However, well, in fact, you know what? I really want to make sure that it works on there. So let's go here and plus sign. You get the idea what you're doing. And you can do this not just for the header, but you can do it for the footer. And you can do it for other blocks. The other blocks could be your contact details, a picture, a testimonial block, contact us, a form, any number of blocks on there you can actually go and add on. Okay. Let's go to training. And again, let's add a block, global block. I think hopefully you've got the idea now. It's very simple. But hang on a minute. What if, let me do the last one. What if we actually have a situation whereby, actually this is, yeah, let's do that, that's fine. Actually, I'm going to ignore this blog page, okay? Remember how we learned yesterday? We can hide this. Okay, I'm going to put that down here. All right. So you get the idea. All 5 of those other pages has got the correct header on. Okay. It's saved. And let's just see if it actually published the first time. Oh, yeah. But why has it got this old logo? Well, because we haven't published this yet. Go to publish and publish, and it's now going to go and publish all of the pages. Okay, all of the pages. Now, in the meantime, what we're going to do is in the next few seconds, and it's now publishing 6 pages again. Okay. Now, do you get the idea of how this can help you? Do you understand where it can take you with that? Therefore, when we actually go and see the published version, it will have the correct header on each of those pages. Therefore, let's see if this is updated. Okay, maybe not yet. It'll take a minute. Okay, now, in the meantime, I tell you what we're going to do. We are going to change this picture. Okay, but how do I change it? How do you change it? Well, I can't change it here. Look, it's not giving me a toolbar, because whenever you want to make any changes to this block, you need to go to where? The Edit Global Block button right here. And it takes us to the global block, and it takes us over here. We can make whatever changes we want. In this case, I want to change the logo. I want to go to the gear button I want to delete that one and choose a different one. Well, in this case, I have one here called, let's have a look and see. Why don't we actually put in, yeah, let's put in this one here, the one we used earlier. Click on the little crop button there and make it 800 and select OK and done. And there you go. There's your header. You've changed it. Let's save it. And as it's saved, let's exit. Now, I'm just going to go back. I want to show you this, that it's updated. Okay, yeah, remember the old logo? Now, if we go to the About page, it's got that logo. It's got the AI logo. Go to Services, it's got that logo. If we go to Training, it's got that logo. You get the idea. Contact, it's got that logo. It's the same. Now, if I go here and we've updated this logo, what do I need to do for it to go and apply to every single page? Well, just to help you, look, let's go to the About page. It's got the new logo on there. Let's go to the Services page. Look, new logo. Contact, new logo. Hey, why don't we just publish it? Come on. Publish, website, publish. Just let it do its thing. Trust me, it's going to work on there. All right. So in a minute or two, if you go to gemevents.com, you'll find that the new one's there. All right. You get the idea. Let me stop sharing. Actually, let's just update this on there. It'll take a minute. Yeah, it's going to take another minute. So let's just come back here. Let's just stop sharing for a minute. These global blocks are going to save you an awful lot of time, a lot of eyesight, a lot of patience. You're not going to. It's going to save you a lot of time, effort, and in effect, money. Okay, so make sure you practice this and that you know how to use it. Karen, do we have any questions?
Yes, we do. We do have one question from Yolanta, and she was asking, is there any way to make a logo in a round frame so it'll be rounded? Good if you want to put a photo in it like you did.
Yeah, it just depends on how you create it. For example, you can use Canva, you can use any whatever program you're using to create your logo. You can just, put an overlay on it, like a circular one. Canva is very, very good for that. For example, I use Groove Designer Pro as well. That's fantastic as well. There's any number of programs that you can do it. Yeah.
Awesome. We have a question from Jennifer who'd like to know, would it be easier to take the stock header folder, nav_1, and make it global before you make changes and then alter it all once from the global blocks?
Right. No, the easiest thing to, yes and no. To my mind, there's two things. I want to be able to bring an element in so that it's not linked to the global block. And that could be that same element, right? So I could have a block, for example, with my name, my address, and my I don't know, contact of contact form. Well, sometimes I want that to be throughout the website, whereas I may want it as an element, which is a one-off. So the way I did it was to create an element and then made that into a global block. So you've got the best of both worlds. You can have either. But yeah, there's no reason why you can't go the whole hog. But then all I'm trying to do is to break down the skills so that it's easier for you to learn. Okay? Any more questions?
That's all the questions for now.
Okay, all right. So we've got got another few more minutes, and then we're going to round this particular topic up. Let me share my screen again. Now, so we've had a look at global blocks. We are now going to look at page preview and formatting for different devices. Okay, no problem. Now, while we're looking at that, let me just go back to just make sure that this particular logo is updated. And hopefully, there you go. Absolutely. Home, there's a new one. About, and so you know, look, we did it. Okay, we did it. It's all changed automatically. Right. Now, one of the things I want you to do is to know what are some of the buttons on the toolbar here. One of them is quite interesting, which is, in fact, let's just go to the home page. There you go. Right. So whenever you make changes on here, and you may want to see what it looks like on the web page, then see this button here, which looks like a little eye. Click on it, and this actually loads up a whole tab with the whole page as a preview. And you can see on here, look, remember the two blue blocks I made? The one with the actual picture behind it and so on, okay? So that's all there. That looks like a page. However, the buttons do not work on this. Buttons and other links and so on won't work. But this just shows you what that particular page will look like. All right? So that is and look at the address. That's the GroovePages address. So that's just a preview. Let's close that. Now, let's go back to this one here. And the other day, on day 1 or day 2, I showed you how to look at the website in different sizes. And so today I'm going to introduce this, and tomorrow we're going to do a little bit more work on it, okay? Now, at the moment, the size is the biggest size. And also, the way you look at it, it depends on the magnification that you have. And it's always good to have it as 100 most of the time, okay? Therefore, this is the PC. This is what it would look like on a laptop. This is what it would look like on a tablet in landscape mode. This is what it would look like on a tablet in portrait mode. And finally, this is what it would look like on your mobile phone. Notice that the menus are now 3 lines here. And if you click on the 3 lines, look, the menu comes up. Okay. Now, one of the things, and you can see on here what the text would look like. This is the advantage of using a template. You don't have to worry about how far it is, or what the sizes are, and do they fit on the screen? Are they readable? All of those kind of things. That's, what a fabulous website this is. What a fabulous template this is. However, I've got a slight problem in that this logo is too big. Okay. Therefore, I'm going to go and do a bigger size. And if I go and make changes to this particular logo, where do I need to go? Back to the edit global block. Okay, let's go and make some changes there. Edit global block and click on it, size. And you notice here, it's a fixed width, 175 pixels, right? Having fixed width images sometimes is problematic because you're changing the size of the device. But in this case, no problem. Instead of 175, I'm going to make this 100. And that's fine, right? Well, hang on. I didn't want to do it on the big one. I didn't want to do it on the PC. I only wanted it on the mobile. Okay, I tell you what, you see this button here? Undo. Undo what we've just done. Okay, let's just, I don't know whether there you go. Undo what we've just done. There you go. Right. So you get the idea. You can undo things. Therefore, let's do it again. This time, right, let's just save it for a minute. This time, click on the picture and go to the mobile. And then you see this button here, and on the text here says apply changes to all devices. Well, if you take the slider to the left-hand side, applying changes to mobile device. So now we're only picking the picture or the logo on the mobile device. Go to size, change it to, and notice that it was on 150. So the template already took into account that it was a smaller device. But I think 150 is too big. Therefore, I'm going to change this to 100. And then save it. Can you see that? That looks a little bit better, doesn't it? And then if I click on the slider on here, make it all applicable again, Go to the PC view, click on this picture here. What size is this going to be? 175. So what you've just done is you've made a formatting change so that it only appears in one view. Okay, I will show you this again tomorrow. Now, I just wanted to double down on that, Karen, just for 1 minute. It's very important you understand that you can't just put a picture in the mobile view and then have a different picture on the other views. There's other ways to do that, which I'm going to show you over the next 2 days. However, for formatting only, the way things look, the size of text, the color of text, the size of pictures, and so on, you can actually specify different settings for each of the 5 different sizes of devices. Okay? But look, there's a lot to take in today. The global blocks is a huge thing that I want you to work on. And this, the changing of formatting for different size devices is very important as well on there. Therefore, let me just wrap up with going back to my slideshow, and let's take another look. What did we learn today? We're more familiar with the basic page and site settings. We use parallax images as backgrounds and different colors and blurring and transparency as well. We understand a lot more about global blocks. You saw that in action very closely. We use page preview. That's pretty straightforward. And also, we are now able to do basic formatting for different devices. Tomorrow, what do we have? Further formatting, subdomains, drafts and page backups, adding buttons, and also saving as a template. Now, today, that's all I have, Karen. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you coming today. Thank you for being flexible with us. I hope that the screens and the videos have been clear. Karen, wonderful as always, fabulous program director. Take it away. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye for now.
Hi, this is Simon Liang with GroovePages.cm. Are you already a part of the #1 community in the world? If not, do so right now for free training and support, along with live sessions to help you succeed. Start now by joining us in our private Facebook group and get more exclusive video content on our YouTube channel. Make sure to like and subscribe with notifications turned on for all updates. Join our community right now. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you on the inside at GroovePages.cm.